Hi everyone, this is Catherine Marie, and I have not done an episode in a few days, several days actually, because I don't really know what else to talk about. One of the things that I was struggling with most when one of my siblings had told me, oh, you should try to do a podcast, and I thought, why would anyone want to listen to me? And I thought about that for quite a while, and then I realized, oh, okay, well, I am good about talking about feelings. I always have been. And I'm good at talking to somebody, and even if they don't know me or if it's our first time meeting, they can feel like I try to get them, or that we have a connection or something like that. So that can be really helpful for everyone. It makes me feel really, really good to be able to connect with people and make them feel better. And it feels really, really good if you're having a bad day to feel understood, and to be someone listening to me, because you're helping me by listening to this. But I was thinking a few different things to talk about. Please send me whatever you want me to talk about, or send me your story so I can read it and make another episode. But I was thinking today about exercising and being outside, and just like pets around the house. I have a dog and a cat, and they are constantly kind of at each other's, just kind of aggravating each other. But overall, they get along, I think. And I love having them around. I think it's great. We actually used to have two dogs. One of the dogs passed away before I got long COVID. And we had just had one dog for all this time. And after I got long COVID, I really struggled to be able to walk her. We used to do 4 or 5 miles. We would just go for, hours and just walk. I just love walking. And now it depends on how I'm doing. Sometimes I can walk for a quarter of a mile. Sometimes I can walk 0.45 miles. Other times I can walk outside to let her go to the bathroom, and that's it. And then I'm done. Sometimes I will try to go for a short walk, maybe 5 or 10 minutes in the morning before I try to do something, and then realize that I depleted all of my energy and I need to take a nap again, which is frustrating, as you know, because if you are listening to this, you are most likely another long hauler and you have very much experienced all these things. And I'm just saying it out loud because that's why I'm doing this podcast, because I want you to feel like not alone. And when people respond, then I'm like, oh, good, I'm not alone either, because it's kind of like scary, right, saying stuff on a podcast. And I don't know, it's very like personal, and I'm an extrovert, so that's not that hard. But I don't know, it's just the idea of people that I don't know, like knowing all this stuff. I guess it's like, at this point, there's days where I'm just so exasperated with all of long COVID. I'm just like, whatever, like, okay, like I need to find other people that know what I'm going through, because it's this invisible burden that you have to deal with constantly. Sorry, got sidetracked. So the other thing I wanted to talk about was exercising and being outside. So my workers' comp doctor said that she wanted me to be outside for at least 10 minutes a day without sunscreen. And I was like, oh man, because I'm always worried about getting wrinkles and everything. But she said, no, it's more important for you to not be, depressed or something, and make sure you have vitamin D. And I was like, oh, that's a good point. Touche, doctor. So anyway, I go outside and try to walk the dog, or just sit outside. I have a little egg chair on our balcony of our apartment, and it's just nice to be out there. I love gardening, and I have some fruit trees that I put in, like little dwarf fruit trees that I put in pots. And it's funny because I'll go for long periods of time where I have no energy even to water my plants. I've been so happy that this winter has been such a wet winter that I have only had to water the indoor plants because I'll go for weeks and not be able to water them because I just don't have the energy, and I need to use the energy for something else, like just even putting dishes in the dishwasher or something, or doing a load of laundry, or taking a million naps or whatever. Anyway, so the pets, the outdoors, and then the other thing is the exercising. So I just came from exercising, which is why I sound a little bit out of breath. And I decided, I think I had a trainer before I got long COVID. Yeah, because I turned 40 and got COVID like a couple months after. I don't even know if it was a full month after I turned 40 that I got COVID. And I remember I had to stop doing athletic training for many months. And then I tried to go back, and then it was like just here and there trying, and then not being able to go, and trying and not being able to go. So I ended up switching to trying to do it on Saturday mornings. And the gym where I go was kind enough to let me do half sessions because I'm not able to do a full session, which is, it makes me feel very cringy because I just feel like, oh my God, I can't even do a full session in a gym. I'm like not that old. And the people who are older than me are doing so much, more stuff in the gym, and I just feel like this weakling, like, oh my gosh, am I going to feel like this forever, But I mean, I need to be, but I have to try not to think like that. I have to try to think like, okay, I am grateful that I could get out of bed today. I'm grateful that I did not walk to get my mail. I drove to get my mail, but I did get my mail today. And then I went to the gym and I went on the elliptical, like not killing it, but just kind of went on there to try to warm up my muscles for a little bit, like maybe 10 minutes or so, just to kind of get my heart rate higher, which, as you know, it shoots it up way higher than it should be because we have long COVID and we have dysautonomia and, we have, I don't know what you have, but I'll have like a fever of 100, like randomly, or my heart rate will jump up into the 130s from like doing nothing. It's very strange. But anyway, so I'll kind of try to warm up, but not do anything too crazy, because I've noticed with cardio that is what just really kills me. I just can't, I get short of breath. I feel lightheaded. I just can't do anything that does a lot of exertion. So what I found out ahead of time was that the trainer, we just kind of from trial and error realized that I did a lot better with strength training. So we just do whatever I can do. And there are many times that I will have to go backwards a ton of weight. And it's so demoralizing and it's so disappointing. And you're just like, oh my God, like why? I've worked so hard. I've been trying to be so consistent and keeping a good positive mindset, and just like, but I feel like it's okay to just sometimes be sad for a little while. I don't think that it's realistic to think that we'll always be in a good mood or always be okay, that we have this life-changing, horrible illness that profoundly affects our lives, that we have very little control over. But I think the actions that we take and trying to continue to do what we can with what we have, be happy and grateful as much as we can. I mean, we're human, right? We're human, we're suffering, we're going through a lot of stuff right now. But just, I'm grateful that I bought these sessions at the gym before the financial trouble hit, and I'm just grateful that sometimes I'll be able to increase the weight a little bit. And sometimes I'll be able to see a few weeks where I'll slowly be getting stronger and watching my strength and my energy wax and wane. It's a lot, but I feel like I can't just give up and be like, oh, well then, like, I can't work out at all, can barely walk, or like, like, you have to try. And if something hurts, or if I start to shake too much or whatever, we'll just say, okay, I'm done with that one. All right. And we'll move on to something else. The thing that my trainer, for those of you who do not have a trainer, which is probably pretty much everyone, because I wouldn't have one if I hadn't purchased all of the sessions, I think a long time ago. He is great trainer. But one of the things that he told me that I'll tell you, just in case you don't have a trainer, so you can get free trainer advice, is to do, okay, so it's 2 exercises. One is to sit in a chair and then stand up, and then sit down in a chair and stand up, and do like 10 of those, and then, or 15 or something, whatever you can do, or 5, 3, whatever, and then do 3 sets of those. And then the other thing that he had me do at the very, very beginning, when I really I could barely get out of bed, right? Is to get one of those huge rubber band type things and use it to pull your arms apart, like grip it and then pull to kind of create resistance. Oh, I think they're called resistance bands. Oh, who knew, right? So you use the resistance band to kind of increase your arm strength. So those are a couple things that you can try, but yeah, please let me know what you want me to talk about. Please send me your info. I think I'm going to have to do other episodes on just other mental health stuff, like how to take care of yourself on a daily basis, how to have a schedule for the day if your days are not as structured anymore. Yeah, it's crazy how much life has changed in so little of a time. And I don't know. I still am grieving every day. I was looking at pictures. I loved to hike, and we used to hike all the time, and now I can barely, it's really hard. So, but I try really hard to go to the gym for my little session every week, and I would love to hear what exercises you are doing and what has worked for you, because I'm open to all the ideas. I know that I'm like doing a podcast, but I don't feel like I'm an expert of anything where I should be telling you anything, like, oh, do this, do that. I feel like the purpose of this is just, okay, I have long COVID too, and here are some things that I have tried that seem to have worked, and it's up to you whether you want to try them or not, or if it works for you or not. I'm by no means an expert on any of this. There are many people that are experts, and I am not one of them. I'm an expert on having long COVID, I guess, but you are too if you are listening to this and have long COVID. So anyway, if you have any insights, please let me know. Please let me know what the story is with just anything you want to talk about. Oh, if you just want to complain, one thing is that I know that some of the people that do the long COVID stuff, like just other long COVID stuff, they're focused on the medical aspect of it. And you would think I would be too, right? Because my background is medical. But I feel like the most important aspect right now is the emotional aspect of it, because it's such a profound effect. And if you don't have your mental health in a good place, I feel like the medical stuff doesn't really, I don't know, you have to be in a good mental space to do the medical stuff, I think, or at least have, be in the right, be in the right mindset to do it, or to have it be more likely to work, or makes it sound like it's psychosomatic, which it's not, but hopefully you know what I mean. Okay, I've been talking enough for right now, so I thank you for listening, and please call, leave voice messages, email longcovidrealtalk@gmail.com, and I would love to put your story or any insights or things that you have to say in future episodes. Okay? All right, that's all for now. Thanks. Take care. Bye.